not very fun, it's not right, it's not fun. You have to find a way to work together. Because what we've got is what we've got. It's each other in the room. Whatever the makeup of the room is, we've got to make the best of the personalities that we've all brought there and drive a better result. The backside of yellow energy, the risk, might be seen by others as disorganized. Might be seen by blue energy as being disorganized. How about red energy? Where's red energy in the room? Okay? It's the only one that I feel there's noticeably less of in the mix of people that we have here as well. And by the way, I do have a picture of all of them. So you'll be able to kind of see, well, what is ASTD? What is this conference made up of? What does it look like? We'll look at that in a minute. But approach to life, inner certainty, focus on action. Remember my ready, aim, fire? What's red energy look like? Fire! Fire, 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 fire! You know, let's take the hill. Red energy is fantastic for stepping up and saying, action, go, go, go. But sometimes as they're charging up a hill, there's somebody down at the bottom with their arms crossed with maybe the blue hat on that says, you know what, I've been trying to tell you, wrong hill. Nobody's listening. Been trying to tell you. It's who we are, it's how we show up. Imagine if you could have fun with it instead of being in conflict. Because a lot of times at work, you go back, you're in a meeting, you're in heavy conflict, you're emotionally wrapped up in it, you're totally vested, you think in the content. But it's not the content. It's the personality of the other person. It's the personalities in the room. There's a reason some 20 million people a year take an MBTI assessment. Who am I? Who am I? Such a fundamental question. But then we've got to be able to translate who am I back into work to who are you? How do we do stuff together more effectively? And that's really where Insights has a home. A goal for red energy, personal achievement, meeting challenges, path of least resistance. Path of what? Red energy, path of greatest resistance. Why? To prove I can do it. Show me the tallest wall, because I'm going to try and jump it. Those of you that lead with red energy, do you like negotiations? Scratch that note. Oh, there's an interesting dynamic. It's not negotiation, it's my way or the highway. That might lead to negotiation. Maybe that's a better way to say it. How many of you with red energy like to be in charge and have things your way? Oh, you chickens. Alright, good. There's some hands. I think you do. Okay, we'll talk to you throughout the course of the day, but I think you do. Might be seen by others as impatient. There's a bias to action all the time. Let's get things done, get things done, get things done. And think of the instances where that's a brilliant skill set to have. But there are times, blue energy, where it makes more sense to be more thoughtful. Or green energy. How will this impact people? How will this impact our team? Is this decision in alignment with our mission, our vision, and our values? Let me give you a little map to what I just touched on. A lot of times in an organization, blue energy comes up with what's reality. Hey, a client has a problem, we've got to solve it. That's reality. What are we going to do? Red energy jumps in often and says, do this, you go here, you go left, you go right, you make this call, I'll send this fax. Break. What's missing? In terms of the Insights model, what's missing? We went from blue, what is, to red, what to do. But you know what we might have missed? What if we went from blue energy, crisis, problem, client issue, what to do? What if we jumped to yellow and said, what's a different way to look at this issue that we've never looked at it before? What's a different potential outcome? How can we turn this into an actual client that wants to reference how we solve this problem differently than we ever did before? How can we turn this into our greatest moment? Let's get creative. What might that look like? Brainstorm a little bit. Once you've got some options from that on the table, you don't jump to action, you don't jump to red. Where do you jump? To green. How will this impact our staff? How will this impact our people? Is this decision that we're leaning toward, is it in alignment with our mission, our vision, and our values? Who will support us to get this done? Once you've ticked off those green energy items, now you go to red. Guess what? If you made decisions that way, they would often be different than if you go directly from blue to red. And I think this group probably understands that better than most. But go back and think about an executive team that you might be working with. There's more richness to decision making than just what is, what to do. It's what is, what could be, who should help, who can help, and therefore what do we do? You'll likely come up with a different decision. I said might be seen by others as impatient. Let me back up. I don't want to miss green energy. That would be awful, wouldn't it? I heard thank you. would be unfair. Green energy approach to life, a focus on stability, values, and supporting others. We have a little phrase in the work that we do. Well, we have two phrases. Unconditional love sits in green energy. There's a flip side to that. We like to say, hell hath no fury like green energy scorn. Whoa! Some of you have either been on the receiving end of that, or you've delivered it. Green energy will dig in their heels on an issue of mission and vision and values. Is it good for people? Green energy, those of you that, how many of you lead with it, by the way, green energy? It's really about the people, isn't it? Above all else, it's about the people. It's about that one-on-one relationship with people, and are we taking care of them? Challenging marketplace, challenging industry and recession time, especially for folks leading with green energy. Challenging companies to say, are you doing the right things for the people? In my personal opinion, a layoff, as an example, is a sign of bad management. Not a sign of shocking new times or something incredibly unexpected. It's an issue of management. That maybe wasn't spending enough time balancing the mix of the energies and a mix of a business to say, how do we run a good business and make a good profit and ensure the stability and the security of our people? It's a tough job. But when you use the energies, you start to see a model to help you do it. A goal of harmony, can't we all just get along? If you lead with green energy, might be one of the examples. But green energy is seen by others as mild and docile. Let me ask you this, though. Those of you that lead with that green, are you mild and docile? No way. No. Not when you get lit up. What's that? Plotting, maybe? Well, now that's yellow energy describing green. That's not really fair. That's not what I asked. Let me give you an example, and I'm smiling because there's a gentleman up here. Is it Tony? Yeah, I don't know if you can see Tony. Do you mind standing up? No, don't take him off. That's the point. Here, look at Tony's hat structure. Right? A little more green, but enough yellow in there that it's got to kind of bubble up. As you were picking the four color energies, some of you didn't want to just pick one, did you? How many of you wish you could have picked two and said, I'm both these things? Almost all of them. 2/3 of the room at least. You know what? The cool thing is, you can. There's enough tools here to go back and communicate to people just like Tony did. Hey, earth green first, followed by yellow. I'm going to focus on people and relationships and like have some fun and work in teams, is what it might say to each other. The reason I popped this slide up is, here's the team I work on. It's my family. But I want to show you the dynamic. My wife, my youngest daughter, Fiery Red, she picked that for herself when she was 6 years old. And guess what? She really leads with Fiery Red. All about getting it done. Myself, my oldest daughter, Yellow Energy, we're very similar in terms of personality. My son took the longest time to make the decision to take this picture, but look closely. He's got a green hat tucked under his blue. Oh. And as he tried to arrive at that decision, and those of you that lead with blue and green will absolutely appreciate this, he was reading the cards, much like you were, and he read determined, competitive, demanding, and my 6-year-old said, Mom, you're red, so am I. Take a hat. My daughter's been through this evaluator. She and I popped on the yellow hats. The gentleman, Dave, with the camera was waiting to take a picture. My son hadn't moved. He was kind of pouring through the information. And it was dead quiet, and he said, can I wear more than one hat? And my wife, Fiery Red, what'd she say? No, pick a hat. Why? Because red buys the action. Go, go, go. I said, this was risky at the time. Actually, you can wear as many hats as you want. So he kind of deliberated again, and he said, you know, I'm green, but I'm more blue. So I put him on like this. Now, look at the big smile on his face. Insights was able to acknowledge who he sees himself as. Think about how well you do that with other people that you work with. And think about, does the organization allow you to do that as well? And again, it really is targeted to those of you that lead with blue and green. The decisions are not as quick, are they? They're more thoughtful. There's more to analyze. But when you're done, it's a better decision. It takes more time, but it's a better decision. It permeates, these energies permeate everything we do. The reason I give you that example as well is, don't feel like you're